Oi, this is the Profanity Gnome, and I'm here to tell you that if you're under 13 years old, fuck off this video! Get the fuck off YouTube! Get your mama to get your dad's cock out of her ears and actually be a parent! This is for adults only! And for everybody else, enjoy the video. Now remember, the further you are in the lead, the more likely the loot you get is going to be nothing but mushrooms and banana peels. So prioritize speed over getting the loot boxes. I'm going to eat all of the shrooms. You didn't hear what I said, did you?
Yeah, I wouldn't waste your breath right now. He is really in the racing zone.
Yeah, I caught him earlier trying to eat one of the other player's tires.
What? Why?
I don't know. We're putting him behind the wheel of a go-kart. He is not mentally stable right now. I was feeding my need for speed.
Speed, meth, cocaine, whatever the hell he's on right now. I don't think he's ready for the review.
I want to vroom vroom. Yeah, he's out of it. We're got this one. This is 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. The episode begins with Yang Xiaolong training against her father in order to get better at using her new prosthetic. She's gained more confidence since we last saw her, and she says training is easy. It's as if she doesn't even feel like her arm is gone. Isn't that convenient? But thankfully, being a good father figure, he shows her, not only tells her, but drops her on her ass in order to prove a point. She's still got a long way to go before she's truly ready for the outside world. He also gives her some sage advice, saying that she's too heavily reliant on her semblance, being that her semblance is absorbing blows and then dishing out the power she gained from absorbing those blows back at her opponent, comparing it to a temper tantrum. And he says that in order to get better at controlling, she has to learn control. Being too overly reliant on essentially going into rage mode will leave you open to and vulnerable to attack, and have another situation where she may be more balanced out with losing the other arm, or something else. She takes this to heart, and they also have a nice little discussion about her mother. But after that, it's right back to training. You know, we see a lot of top 10 lists on the best dads in cartoon, but for some reason we never see Tai Yang Xiaolong on it. Come on, guys, show him some love. He's a pretty good dad.
Or at least preferable to some of the other fathers we see, as we see Whis training with her semblance in her room, but then it's interrupted by her brother, who's acting like a complete asshole. But Whis straight up takes the high road and tells him to fuck off. And he does so, but not without some prompting from Whis slamming the door in his face in order to keep her training up. And thus, she begins to practice even harder with her semblance, and thus creates a shockwave that blows a hole in her room. But then Bess Butler comes in to see if she's alright, only to discover she's finally mastered her ability to summon a literal white knight to her aid. And thus, the time has come. Yes, the time has come to vroom vroom! Oh shit, I left the keys in the ignition! We then head back to the island of the menagerie, where Blake is currently chasing her ninja counterpart. Wait, Deadbeard, where'd you come from?
I'm always around where there's a ship to be sailed, and there's no bigger ship in this fandom than Blake and Son.
Well, except for maybe Bumblebee.
Shut up! We don't talk about Bumblebee! Well, the ninja assassin strikes, and they do a little bit of fighting. But then it's discovered that this ninja assassin is someone that Blake knows. And she is not too happy. So much so that she pretty much shoots Son in the chest, and then runs off with the saying, "You shouldn't have come back." Blake, realizing the importance decides to go after Sun because shipping! Why would you bother to ship when you can vroom vroom? Who let Jen behind the wheels of a go-kart?
Well, the episode ends with Ruby and the gang trying to find help for their fallen comrade, Crow, who is still suffering from the poison by Jared Leto. Is that seriously the name we're going with? I mean, I know his name is Tyrion, but...
Meow.
Oh, yeah, I suppose nicknames are easier at this point. So, they have a decision to make. There are two routes. One which leads them to a dead town, the other one through the mountains. Crow isn't stable enough to go through the mountains, but Rem, for some reason, refuses to go to this dead village that he knows is dead. Mies thinks that there is character development to be made. So, rather than argue about it, the team decides to split up, which is always the dumbest move you can do in any situation, especially when you already got one man down and you're in a world that wants to kill you. But regardless, Ruby and Jean take Crow to the dead village, but little do they know that there may be something bigger ahoof.
Oh, thank God, finally caught him.
What the hell did you shoot him with?
Enough tranquilizers to put down an elephant? Oi!
Well, this was 2 Steps Forward, 2 Steps Back. An episode dedicated to showing the improvements of Yang and Whis, as well as showcasing other story elements to come, whether in the future or in the next few episodes. It's good that we're seeing that Whis and Yang are actually training in order to become stronger, rather than the series trying to convince us that they were just good all along, and they just needed some motivation to do it. Showing them train makes it more believable when they actually do fight and win later on down the road. Take note, Star Wars.
And it might be me shipping senses going off the radar, but I'm thinking that there's a love triangle brewing between Blake and this chameleon girl.
You can call it a hunch. I call your ass watching the episodes in advance.
You're not fooling anyone, Deadbeard. And as far as the RWBY gang is concerned, they're building up to something monstrous. Something involving Rem. I can't wait to see how this whole thing plays out.
I feel like you're gonna be disappointed.
I'm sure that's the 9 gallons of elephant trank talking.
At any rate, we're the cartoon gentlemen, and we vroom vroom.
And don't worry, folks. He'll be up and about in the next few episodes.